Good morning and welcome. Welcome to CSL Greater Boston. It is a gift to be here with you, and I mean that sincerely. As much as I would love to be in Boston in person with each one of you, as much as I would prefer to be there, the best thing for me right now is to be right where I am, and I trust in that. I had the experience of some stuff, which I'll go in a little bit later. I'll go a little bit more into detail later. But I am here, and we are not in Medford on the second Sunday. And I am grateful to each one of you that are here with us in sacred community. See, there is only one, and we are here together. And I know that throughout this service, you will experience the love as I experience the love of each other. So thank you for being here. CSL Greater Boston is an inclusive community based on love and acceptance that is a healing presence for all through joyful connection, activities, and education. Our mission is a spiritual community that lovingly embraces all races, ages, abilities, genders, and the celebration of diversity through the practice of science and mind teachings and the principles for the betterment of each individual and the oneness of all. And our purpose is to bring about positive change within individuals and the world by teaching and embodying the science of mind teachings and principles and carrying them out into the world, which is what we do. This month, we are being invited to lean into love and express love more. Our topic is for the year is, living out loud. Well, to this month's topic is loving out loud. Absolutely being that change and loving out loud. Now, as wonderful and perfect as that is, what is that all about? Well, love is the essential existential fact. It is our ultimate reality and our purpose on earth. To be consciously aware of it, to experience love in ourselves and others is the meaning of life. And that's Marianne Williamson. And I love that. But in order to do that, I must remember that I am that. Loving begins with ourselves. And that's what we're talking about today. Beginning with the self. Recognizing that an individualized expression in the mirror and loving exactly as I am. Boy, I say it and it sounds so easy. And in an experience, it's not always the case. So we are going to delve deep into that. And to begin with, I want to start with a song as we always do. And then we will pray and really begin. We're going to play Eddie Watkins Jr. I am the place where God shows up.
Am I strong enough to bear the burdens that sometimes come living this thing called life? Am I wise enough to make the right decisions when I'm standing at the fork in the road? Sometimes I wonder and ponder, only to realize I'm not alone and there's nothing I have to do on my own, because I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. Will I have enough to do the things I need to do to take care of myself? Will I have the health of mind and body to live a life of grace and wholeness? Sometimes I wonder and ponder, only to realize I'm not alone, and there's nothing I have to do on my own, because I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place.
I am the place where God
You
lives,
are the place.
moves and breathes and has
We
its
are the
being.
place
I am the place
where God shows up. I am the place.
I am the place where God
You are the
moves and
place.
breathes and has
We
its
are the
being.
place
I am the place
where God shows up. I want you to clap your hands and sing it with me. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up.
Yes, I am. Each one of us is the place where God shows up. And thank you for showing up here at CSL Greater Boston this morning. Again, for all of you tuning in online that may have been in the room with us in Medford, thank you for being here. Thank you for being flexible. Know that I love you and I can't wait to see you next month. And I'm knowing all is exactly as it's meant to be in this moment. So thank you, wherever you are in the world. I thank you for being here with us in this oneness. And we're going to begin with prayer. Our invocation is the lovely Karen who's going to take us into prayer this morning. You're in Medford, so you're holding down the fort. You
Yes.
are holding down the fort for us. Thank you so much for doing our morning prayer.
Absolutely. Good morning, everyone. So I want us all to just take a deep, deep breaths from our toes all the way through our body and then let it out. And as we do this, I want us to breathe in love. All the love from the earth, from our feet, up through our legs and our bellies and our back and our tummy, our shoulders. Let it nestle in your heart and in your head. And then breathe out that love. And do that a couple times. Feel the love that surrounds each and every one of us. That divine presence, that spirit that is only love, that knows only love, that feels only love, and good health and flowing. That divine presence is in each one of us, as each one of us, through each one of us. our oneness with that divine love. We are love. We are the best health. We are all that is good. We are surrounded by love. And we know this. Technology is perfect. The Patriots will win. Tom Brady will be honored. All is good. All is flowing. We will be together next month. But knowing thankfulness for technology that allows us to be together today, regardless of where we are in the world. And we take that knowing, we take that perfect technology, that perfect message from Gina, from her heart, as always, filled with love for her, through her, as her. We are thankful for it all. And I release this knowing that it is all perfect and already done. And we ground it by saying, and so it is.
And so it is. Absolutely. And it is opening day for, the New England. If you're not in this neck of the woods, New England loves its sports. And we absolutely, I am a true Patriots fan as well. So yes, it's a big day. Tom Brady is being honored. So bear with us for those of you that aren't that
Right.
don't even know what that means. Thank you, Karen, for that beautiful prayer. And now I have the lovely practitioner Barbara, who is going to be here and she's going to do our reading this morning. Thank you, Barbara.
You're welcome. The idea that we need the courage to be ourselves is such a beautiful thought, especially with this philosophy of science of mind, because if it teaches us anything, it teaches us to recognize the truth of who we are. We are individualized God presence on this earth, each one of us. Nobody has the full amount of God in them, but we all are a part of that. And so I have learned from being a part of this whole wonderful teaching to really feel good about myself, to like myself as I am. I have my moments when I have a little bit of doubt and fear, but mostly it all bounces back as soon as I do a little treatment or stay with my spiritual practice. Anyway, this is from 365 from, oh God, I don't know what year it was written, but this is the old version of it. And this is, I enter into the gladness of living. Who would not be a child again? Who would not again have the simple faith and childlike trust that somehow or other we seem to lose on our pathway of human experience? Things crowd in on us until we lose some of the greatest of all gifts, the simple, spontaneous joy of living and the trust of the power of good, which all alone is able, ready, and willing to meet all our needs. Let us then again return to the place of assurance that comes with the simplicity of faith. I now release the multitude of doubts and fears that crowd into my mind, and I become quiet so that the divine miracle may take place in my life. I let every good I possess become multiplied as divine love acts upon my faith to bring me into the experience everything necessary to my well being. I know that the divine good includes all things that are necessary: food and shelter, love and friendship, and the accomplishment of every right purpose. And so my faith, the faith of the little child in me, rises with expectancy to meet this day in joy and to accept the bounty of heaven. With the faith of a little child, I place my human hand in the individual hand of the all sustaining good, and I let the miracle of life and love take place. I break my bread with thanks and distribute such good as I have to everyone I meet. I say to my own household and the households of others, God bless the four corners of this house and be the lintel blessed, and bless the bed, and bless the board, and bless each place of rest, and bless the door that opens wide to stranger as to kin, and bless each crystal window pane that lets the sunlight in. And so it is.
And so it is. That is beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much, Barbara, for that lovely reading. And thank you for being here with us. So we would love to hear from you. Please comment. We'd love to hear them in chat. Let us know who's out there watching with us. And I've got a song now that is something that, really holds true to me, especially the past couple of weeks. And I invite you to really personalize this and know that this is that relationship with spirit. Just as Barbara said, who wouldn't want to be a child? We are always the child of divine. We are always that infinite presence, beloved. So as you listen to this song, just allow yourself to be held.
When the best of me is barely breathing, when I'm not somebody I believe in, hold on to me. When I miss the light, the night is stolen. When I'm slamming all the doors you've opened, hold on to me. Hold on to me. Hold on to me when it's too dark to see you. When I am sure I've reached the end, hold on to me when I forget I need you. When I let go, hold me again. When I don't feel like I'm worth defending, when I'm tired of my pretending, hold on to me. When I start to break in desperation, underneath the weight of expectation, hold on to me. Hold on to me. Hold on to me when it's too dark to see you. When I am sure I've reached the end, hold on to me when I forget I need you. When I let go, hold me again. I could rest here in your arms forever, 'cause I know nobody loves me better. Hold on to me. Hold on to me.
Okay, so maybe it wasn't the best thing for me to play that song right before I came on. Because what people backstage could see, which Karen, Barbara, even Sonia's back here from Barbados. Hey, Sonia. Is that I'm crying as the whole song went on. You know, let me ask you, have you ever felt unworthy? Have you ever felt frustrated with yourself? How about frustrated with life? Have you ever felt frustrated with life? Okay, I'm going to get even deeper. Have you ever been really mad at God? I mean, really. Well, let me tell you, it's been a doozy of a couple of weeks because all of that has happened so much. And here I am, holding true, knowing truth. So grateful. So grateful. So, the courage to be me, to be completely honest, vulnerable in that truth, is a perfect topic. Those of you that really know me know that there's nothing about me that is a spiritual bypass. What you see is what you get, and sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's really hard to be that. Elizabeth Lesser said, every teacher or leader is an ordinary human being. Yes, they're wise, but they are also just like us. They forget where they put their keys, they quarrel with family members, they try to live up to their noblest ideals. Sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't. We look for them for answers, but they too are still searching. The answers are within you. You are the answer. Yes, you are the answer. So a couple of weeks ago, there's been a lot going on health wise, and I don't share a lot often because, for some reason, just like that quote says, I expect myself to not get sick. I expect myself to not have any real stuff. And when it happens, the truth is, I feel weak. That's my experience. In that moment, I feel like something's wrong. As a teacher, as a leader, I'm not supposed to have this. As a science mind practitioner, I'm not supposed to have this. I know better. It doesn't work that way. Life is. And yes, everything is an example of, what we're the thoughts of things and all that may be. But there is no guilt, there is no shame, there is no any of that. And I know that for you. But do I know it for me? It's another whole thing. Well, about 2 weeks ago, I walked in. Well, no. My husband wheeled me in to an emergency room, and my oxygen levels were in the 50s. Now, for those of you who know anything about that, supposed to be 100, and 50s means you're all but breathing. And it was a really long week. And I got to come home after that week, and then I had another long week. So I'm healing in every way. And I appreciate that for everyone. But for some reason, for me, it doesn't always, I don't always translate it the same. I just wanted to mention the CSL Barbados teaching chapter. Loved your reading, Barbara, and also the song. So thank you. Thank you. That is Sonia, our beautiful practitioner who runs that. I Here's what I know. The whole business of divine is to care for you, to love you with an everlasting love, to note your slightest cry, and to rescue you. And I'm Katie. And I know that with all of my heart. I do. I know that. And to be as a child, to be So in that week of that lots of stuff going on, there was a lot of feeling unworthy or frustrated, not feeling good enough, certainly not self-acceptance. And everybody goes through that. It talks about leaning into love. I am purposely sharing this today because when we are vulnerable, we allow other people to be. When I expose the stuff of being or feeling, it's not even a being because I'm always divine, feeling less, then I get the opportunity to be more. And other people realize, yes, I feel that too. We get the opportunity in every aspect of life to choose and choose again. It was really hard for me to cancel. I said we were having service. I was sure of it. I was absolutely sure of it till about Thursday. And then I said, okay. Because I felt great when I got home. And then I didn't. And I got really frustrated and upset and went through all those cycles of thoughts again. And I don't know about you, because it certainly doesn't have to be health. It can be a job that you wanted and didn't get. It can be a relationship that didn't go your way. It can be anything in life. Ernest Holmes said, and I love this, every longing and yearning we have ever had, every secret desire of your soul, and every constructive ambition is but a whispering of this power, assuring us that we are one with it, that we are the manifestation or personification of it, that we are a center in it. Yes, you are a center in divine. You are that center. I am that center. Individualized expression. There's so much in life, and we go through these ups and downs. And whether it's a job that you may not have, maybe even lost, maybe it's a relationship, whatever it may be, oftentimes we go back and say, well, what did I do? Sometimes things just break down so we can break through. We see things better. One of my prayers that I often say is fix my eyes, because perspective is everything. And the truth is that the true perspective is spirit is all there is, and that I am that. But when I am at my most vulnerable, it is not my experience. So yesterday I had a setback and I was so frustrated. And I was mad. I was mad. Mad at God. And yes, it's a minister saying she was mad at God. And I know there are people like, oh, yes, no, there's no blasphemy here. It's not like spirit doesn't know how I feel. I can't hide it from the one within. It just doesn't work that way. So what did I do? I do what I ask you to do. I called my minister. The person that trained me is Reverend Ian. And all through this, I reached out to him from that first day to yesterday. And I said just what I said to you. I'm so mad. And he let me rant. Thankfully, it wasn't too long that I ranted, but it's where I was really at. And he said, shall we pray? And yes, we prayed. And if you haven't had the blessing of hearing Reverend Ian, you will one day. I will convince him to come on and give a message. And it restored me. Those words. It was like a plant that needed water. He reflected to me the beauty, the love. He reminded me of truth. And in that moment, I was healed. Because I thought before, on the way in, I'm like, how do I write a message? How do I possibly give from my heart when that's not where I am? That's how I started the conversation. And I ended refilled. It wasn't a long phone call, but it was fulfilling. Spirit is poignant and potent, and all I ever need. And I can know that, but sometimes we all need help to get us back there. Yes, we are human beings living a human experience, and that can be so difficult sometimes. But it's our humanity that we offer each other. It's that love that's so important. I don't have to be like everyone else to have worth. I was born with it. You know, Spirit tells us, Ernest Holmes said, you belong to the universe in which you live. You are one with the creative genius back of this vast array of ceaseless motion, this original flow of life. You are as much a part of it as the sun, the earth, and the air. There is something in you telling you this, like a voice echoing from some mountaintop of inward vision, like a light whose origin no man has seen, like an impulse welling up from an invisible source. That source, yes, it is within us, but sometimes we need to be reminded. You know, it's important that we share our challenges, realizing that we're human, as tough as that can be. And part of that is our self care, loving ourselves no matter what. And that can be no matter what it, in any aspect of our life, no matter what seeming setback, who we are, what we are, as individual lights is never diminished. Sometimes we each need that reminder. That's why we come to Sunday service. That's why we go to Sacred Circle at 7 on Thursday nights. That's why we're in spiritual community. That's why we have friends and loved ones. That's why we have spiritual practices. You know, one of mine is when I put lotion on, I thank my body. I thank my body for loving me no matter what. Even when, I wasn't loving myself. We each get the opportunity to take care of ourselves in amazing ways by what we watch, by what we read. We get the opportunity to exercise, eat well. That honors our body. You were not born to fit in. You were born to stand out. So if at times you don't feel like everybody else or anybody else, good. You weren't meant to. Each one of us has our own story, and we're writing it. If you don't like what's happened, turn the page. It's something you're going through. It's not all there is. And part of loving yourself is not getting stuck in the middle of it. It's easy for me to love you and see the best in you. It's important that I see it in myself as well. There's something called relaxed acceptance. To me, that's when you don't have to like what you're walking through, but you keep walking and you trust there's a higher good here. There's a higher good here. Sometimes that breakthrough is loving ourselves more. Maybe we were in a rut. Maybe I wasn't honoring myself as much as I could have. Now I need to care for myself even better. I already read the quote, but this picture is beautiful. That spirit holding on to me, holding on to me. Spirit is holding on in each and every moment. No matter what, that's my life. There is no alone. And when I am in that place, I ask Spirit to fix my eyes. And when I'm not in the position to ask that, I go to my minister, I go to friends, I go to who I need to remind me. And I ask you to do the same. When you're feeling frustrated with yourself, when you're feeling unlovable, when you're feeling imperfect, realize that you are here to be different. Ernest Holmes said, we exist for the purpose of self expression. The infinite has already implanted within us an instinctive intuition, which is the spiritual knowledge of our good. Our whole growth results from an inner awakening. It's up to us to have that inner awakening. And sometimes it's the things that we go through that cause that. It may be uncomfortable, but in order to love others more and be that example, we must love ourselves exactly as we are, unconditionally. We each are here to be that light, to transform ourselves and be that love. And we are the example. We shine that light, that love out to the world, and the world is transformed. When we look out there in the world of form, it doesn't always look as we want it to. There's tragedies. There are everything from forest fires to floods to seeming dis-ease and violence, even war. It's hard to not practice duality in the light of that at times. But when we have spiritual practices, when we remember who and whose we are, we get the opportunity to live from truth, to remember that we are the creator, that the divine within each one, that seed is always already planted. And we can bring that light into the world when we remember. Each one of us needs a reminder. Remember to have those practices every day. And that practice doesn't have to be reading a spiritual text. It can be going for a walk in nature. It can be calling a friend. It can be anything and everything that is about self-love and knowing the truth of who and whose you are. You are a miracle. I am a miracle. My life has been saved twice already. in circumstances that absolutely, it's a wonder I've lived through. We get that opportunity every day. Know who and whose you are. And be that light. Share that light. The world needs it because it's contagious. That's how we heal this planet. We don't live at the level of it, we rise above it. We shine. We are that energy. We are that light that the world's been waiting for. I'm going to share to you one of my poems. This is actually inspired by this thing called You. And as I close today, I'd love to share it with you. It's Love Letter from Spirit. You are my beloved. No greater purpose could ever be. You, as my creation, are the embodiment of love. What else could you be? I gave you life because you're worthy. My deepest blessing in every breath for thee. You use my mind. Your free will sets your own path. Both in pain and blessings, you are free. You are as close as your breath to me. Energy and atoms in physical form. All me. Given freely to use as you choose, although not always consciously. I love you, my child, and offer you the world to see. I create an abundance, and for you, it's all free. So remember how much I love you, my child, and hold you lovingly. For I will never forsake you, and ever will I embrace you, but only when you come to me. So let's remember to lean into spirit with that relaxed acceptance, knowing all is well, regardless of what I see. It's what I know. I thank you all for the love that you've shown me, especially over the past couple of weeks. And I thank you for shining your light in the world. Your light reminds me of my own. So let's go shine this week. Let's be that love. Let's love out loud in amazing ways. And I thank you for being here with us. And thank you for your patience for us being online, knowing that greater is yet to come. So at this time, I'd like to say our affirmation. If you can say it with me, I have the courage to be who I am and love myself out loud. Let's say it one more time together. I have the courage to be who I am and love myself out loud. And this is the time where we go into the law of circulation, knowing that giving activates receiving. That if you have been spiritually fed, know that you can go to the link on the bottom of wherever you're watching this has the link, and you can find us on PayPal or Venmo, and it allows us to do the good work that we are here to do in the world as CSL Greater Boston. So if you can join me in our sacred giving affirmation. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. And so it is. And we have, of course, our sacred circle at 7 on Thursdays. Please join us. It's always a different spiritual leader, and it is always a wonderful and sacred conversation. So I hope you can join us this week, and just know that I am so grateful for you. You help me. You may not see me, but you help me to be me, to have the courage to be me. Thank you. And let's go into prayer with that. Into prayer with that love. Just taking a breath. I invite you. to be right here and right now, knowing that there is only one infinite power, presence, love, and life. It is the Alpha and the Omega and everything in between. That one love. It is joy, it is peace, it is harmony. It is all there is, was, and ever will be. Omniscient, omnipresent, and opulent. And that one love is right here where I am. I am an individualized expression of that love. I am the joy, the peace, the harmony. I am the allness. And as I know it of me, I know it of each one. Each one within my voice and beyond, individualized expressions of this love. And I know that as I step into this new week, that each one of us, each one is that expression. Each one allows relaxed acceptance. I am, therefore, I know it of each one. So in that love, in that humanity, I celebrate God as me, God as thee, knowing only perfect health, perfect flow, grace and ease in every aspect of life, relationships, harmony, peace, financial flow, physical perfection, joy, and living out loud, loving out loud, and allowing that absolute expression of divine to shine the light of love into the world in new ways. First, through me, loving myself, I am an example to others. And knowing that spirit as thee, I learn from thee. So I celebrate this day, this week, this goodness, this truth. And I am so grateful for the ease, the flow, the joy, prosperity, and abundance in all forms. I let it be easy. As I give it over to Spirit, I'm so grateful. I say thank you, thank you, thank you. Giving it over to the law to know it does what it does. I set it free, I let it be. I say amen. And together we say, and so it is. Thank you. Thank you for being here as part of our celebration. Thank you for helping me, teaching me to love myself exactly where I am. Thank you for being the light of the world. So, as we go into this new week, I am going to end our time together with a special song, I Love Myself the Way I Am. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Raul. It's wonderful to have you here with us. Thank you, each and all. I love you. I appreciate you. And I appreciate all of your prayers and love as well. Yes, as part of this human family, I too need prayers. So thank you for each one of them. All my love. And we're going to listen to this and, celebrate you.
myself the way I am. There's nothing I need to change. I'll always be the perfect me. There's nothing to rearrange. I'm beautiful and capable of being the best me I can. And I love myself just the way I am. I love you just the way you are. There's nothing you need to do. When I feel the love inside myself, it's easy to love you. Behind your fears, your rage and tears, I see your shining star. And I love you just the way you are. Love the world the way it is, 'cause I can clearly see that all the things I judge are done by people just like me. So tell the birth of peace on earth that only love can bring. I'll help it grow by loving everything. I love myself the way I am, and still I want to grow. But change outside can only come when deep inside I know I'm beautiful and capable of being the best me I can. And I love myself just the way I am. I love myself just the way I am.